the back, the VOD and the silver screen. Kevin and Tom and Joe know all there is to know, from masterpieces to deep fried tacos. And if the movie sucks, you might hear them say, there's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers, episode 865, I think.
Kevin's not here.
Kevin's not here to
so
tell me if I'm wrong.
he'll just edit it.
Yeah.
He'll use that weird
the weird
AI
thing
thing.
where it just fakes our voices.
865.
Yeah. It's surprisingly good.
It is. Why don't you just tell me the number you're trying to call?
So before I forget, let's go around the table and everyone can introduce themselves.
This is Paul.
This is Joe.
And this is Tom. Paul Harris is sitting in with us this week, so thank you.
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate that. It's an upgrade from Kevin. So
It's not easy. It's me. It's not.
we still make him edit these. though,
Correct.
so he gets to hear us saying all these mean things about us. So we'll have to see if these actually make the episode.
Yeah, it means I'll have to listen to it
Just be me saying 865
over and over and
for
over.
like 3 minutes and then go on. Yeah.
Tom got stuck in a loop.
Yes, that happens at my age.
It does. I get
so,
it. Yeah, the old ADHD loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we dig in to I didn't say the name of the movie. Taken for Liberals.
That's very good.
I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. Taken for liberals.
So before we dig in, shameless plugs, don't forget we're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, wherever you find a podcast, you can find us while you are there. Be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. That is super helpful and greatly appreciated. If you would like to find us in places other than there, you may do so at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group. The group has been called the League of Show Shares because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode this week include Glenn Cougar, Melon Brewer, Ralph Tribble, Chris Magic Man, Tammy Lynn Powers, Betts, Tom Dowdy, Michael Tonkovic, Julianne Jordan, Richard Krotzer, Gabriel Lugo, Brendan McGuckin, Heather Sachs, Joe Faubert, Taylor Ward, The Kryptonian Orphan, Geek to Me Radio, Ronnie Castle, Mike and Oscar, Ryan Terry, In Session Film, The Real Pete, Colby Mack, Edit Photo Gamer, and Nostalgicast. So thank you very much. Also, don't forget, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers, $5 a month. You get all sorts of bonus content. Plus, we like you extra. We are gearing up to record our Blues Brothers 2000 episode.
Again.
Because Matt wouldn't let us just re-release the one that the show proper did during COVID.
Yeah.
We had to revisit
We have to.
Blues Brothers 2000.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Garbage.
It did not improve
No, of course not.
with age or repeat viewings.
No.
Sometimes there are
awful.
movies that are bad, but like when you watch them again, there's like a comfort food aspect or something to
We
them.
call those?
Deep fried tacos.
Dang right.
And this is a deep fried pile of
Yeah, I was like, it's a deep fried taco that fell under the fryer.
How can this many talented people make such a bad movie?
It's why. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
And they
I don't-
clearly threw so much money at the thing.
Oh,
But-
it's dumb how.
Yeah.
And just pay us $5 and you can hear us talk all about it.
Yes. So also you can watch all of these over at YouTube, youtube.com/@Real Spoilers. So there's all that. Let's dig in.
I want to give a shout out to the Nostalgia Cast. I did a guest spot this past week where we talked about the similarities between Tombstone and Wyatt Earp. So like both of them come out a year apart. One is significantly longer than the other.
Yeah.
But that I don't know that it's out yet. But just state if you want to hear it talk about.
It's like Tombstone was the fun movie.
Yes, that's
And
exactly
Wyatt Earp
what I
was
said.
like, let's be very serious.
That's exactly
It's
what
like
I said.
Dances with Earp.
It's I will say we've talked about on the show how when they do biopics are better when you focus in on one
A
point.
sliver.
Yes,
Instead of the whole life.
which is
Yeah.
what Tombstone is. Tombstone is this moment in
Right.
history,
Right.
quote unquote, and that's what it focuses on. Wyatt Earp is like all of Wyatt Earp's life, and I was like, God damn it, get me out of here.
Here's the first deck of cards he was ever given.
That's right.
Before you start with the recap of this movie, I have to tell you, when I saw the film in IMAX, which was a great experience, I walked out, I got in my car, I drove home. My wife said, "How was the movie?" I said, "I have to wait until Joe recaps it before I can tell you anything that happened in this movie, because I'm not 100% sure." So I'm looking forward to this show.
Oh, boy.
I saw a review of this, and I forget the name of the reviewer, so I apologize, but I'm just saying that it's someone else's statement, so I don't get accused of the plagiarism or of being an AI bot. 601 half it does.
That's right. That's all the same thing.
So, but they said this movie was like going to a dinner that was all side dishes and no main course. And then he was like, but it in a good way.
I would say it's more like an amuse-bouche.
I don't even know what that means.
It means it's like little meals is basically what, and that's, I think that would be a good way to describe this movie.
Yeah.
This is an incredible movie.
Yeah.
That is absolutely incredible. I think it's filmed, the only reason I realized this is because of the Draft House. They showed like a 10-minute like documentary about Vista Film. VistaVision.
Yeah.
And they said that it's
the old people had to correct
Yeah, I don't think
VistaVision.
Sorry, excuse me.
That's what it's called.
Where I think you got guys like Christopher Nolan and Tarantino maybe that do they film everything in IMAX, right?
Yeah.
70 millimeter.
What was
whatever.
it? Hateful Eight VistaVision?
That's what I think that it might be.
There was a version of it.
Yes. Yeah. Which apparently was going to have Django in it. The Sam Jackson character was supposed to be Django in the initial draft. But then he said he wanted all bad guys because everybody knew that Django would be the good guy in the movie. So there was no, like, who's going to win?
Right.
Django. So, like, even looking at this, it looks astounding. And it's interesting how we have gotten so far away from film. And everything's digital, and you can put a filter on it and make it look whatever. But when somebody goes back and uses, like, and I say old school technique because nobody really films on film anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's expensive.
It is expensive.
And people like to get multiple takes, like, ad infinitum. And if you're using film stock, that gets...
You've got only a certain amount of film.
Somebody has to run out to the photomart and get a new reel.
Yeah. Right. I saw something popped up in my Facebook feed of some theater that had, like, the VistaVision...
They had the camera
IMAX print, and they said that it was like if you spooled it out, it would be like 11 miles long.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that Nolan's doing the Odyssey, and I can only imagine like what that's going to be.
And
like
before
how much
anybody
film
comments on this, I meant photomat, not photomart. We're talking about those old kiosks.
I know exactly.
You're going to Fox Photo.
Yeah. He's like, just in case there's anyone even older than us listening that's screaming at their iPod.
Right.
I don't know why I listen to this podcast. The guy doesn't know the difference
between a photomat and a photomart.
Yeah, I remember the old Fox Photo Hut right at the corner of Chippewa and Hampton.
I mean, they used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think of that 70s show where that's where, he who will not be named worked.
Gotcha.
At a photo hut. And this is, I mean, it's an incredible movie. I am not a huge Paul Anderson.
Yeah.
Paul
Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
The other two, I cannot stand.
Yeah.
But this guy, I mean, he's done some. Licorice Pizza, I think, is his most recent.
Yeah.
One, Boogie Nights, Inherent Vice, which I don't really like.
I did not care for Inherent Vice at all. I know it was a critic's darling.
Yeah.
And this movie makes me feel like, should I revisit that
I kind of felt the same way.
But because it's like Inherent Vice just felt like, I'm like, I turned it off.
Oh,
it's
really?
one of the few, because I had a screener and I was just like, I was like an hour and a half in and it still had an hour and a half left. And I was like, this probably isn't going to get real amazing.
Is it supposed to be a
right
sequel
now?
to the what's the Johnny Depp one? Fear and Loathing?
No.
Okay. I don't know why in my head I had that.
It's based on a Thomas Pynchon novel.
Just like this one.
Well, this one is inspired by a Thomas Pynchon novel, but it's not technically based on a Thomas Pynchon.
Okay.
There's a book called Vineland.
Yeah.
Yeah. That this is very similar to, which he acknowledges. Like he's like, there are lots of parallels, but he kind of took the idea and used it as a jumping off point.
I mean, definitely, if that's the case, I think he probably took where we are politically in asylums and stuff like that, and probably inserted that into the movie on his own. I don't know. I don't know what that
No,
book
I
is
mean,
about.
one,
or is
we've
that-
always kind of been doing stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
But,
fair. That's fair.
But I think one of the problems with the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and there aren't many, is that Vineland was written in the 90s.
Okay.
And so this gap in time makes a little bit more sense, right? Like it's
Oh.
like
Like the time jump, you mean?
we had groups like this in the 60s and
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
We did not have groups like this in 2010,
That's fair.
right?
Yeah.
And so like, because I spent the first couple minutes like, is this supposed to be a present day movie? Because I'm like, we didn't have like left-wing radical groups going around trying to overthrow the government and bombing buildings.
Random places.
Those were right-wing groups that were doing that.
Correct.
I mean,
Easy.
that's
We
just,
don't want to get canceled. We don't want Sinclair to take us off the air.
but I mean, that's just a statement of fact.
it is.
I mean,
even the Department of Justice has said.
yeah, the good one that wasn't.
Right. Even the new one.
Yeah,
The new one is the report is that's what it says.
yeah. Until they took it away.
Correct.
But so I was just like, well, there really weren't groups like this doing these things. So I was just like, what are we doing? But
Yeah.
it does take place in this kind of nebulous time
Yeah, I mean they definitely
because they never really put a year on it.
they
so
don't.
It's like,
I mean by the end of it they both have iPhones.
right,
So you can make and
But-
it's not an iPhone 3. It's like it's a newer iPhone. So, you can
right.
judge
So is
that
like
however.
this the present day, or is it supposed to be,
Right.
10 or 15 years from now? Because
Right.
my guess is 10 or 15 years from now we will still have iPhones.
Probably.
Call me crazy.
I think that's a safe bet.
Right now, my wife and I are watching Desperate Housewives, and
Okay.
because that's who I am as a man, and it
You
was
mean you mean you're enjoying spending time with your wife?
it was my idea. I was like, you've never seen
All right.
Desperate Housewives?
That's
You should
different.
watch Desperate Housewives. But there's in the 4th season they do a time jump and they move ahead 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And it's so funny to watch it now because it's like they still don't have iPhones, and I'm like, you would all have iPhones. Like
Yeah.
they're still like
They would make fun of somebody for not having an
right,
iPhone.
and I was just like, I'm like, what? How? This
That's
is
funny.
Yeah, it's funny to watch. But anyway,
Yeah, so I think so. We this movie opens. I will say these character names are going to be a little difficult only because they change. But we've got like DiCaprio, who I don't remember seeing in something that isn't a Martin Scorsese or a Quentin Tarantino movie in a long time. It's been a minute since.
yeah, I guess it has. I hadn't really thought about it.
So he plays Bob, and then Teyana Taylor plays Perfidia. And
Perfidia.
Perfidia. I'm not going to use her other name because Kevin will have to bleep it out the entire time. They are part.
the other name's the other woman.
Yeah, that's the other woman. You're talking about Jungle Pussy? That's the other woman.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were calling her.
No,
No.
they throw a lot of names at you. I get
Okay,
what, but that's
okay.
the woman
She
who
is-
jumps up
she
and gives the
does
speech,
the bank
at the
speech?
bank. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she is Perfidia Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're part of this.
And we let you recap.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. They're part of like this. I mean, I'm just going to call it. They're kind of Antifa, where they are trying
They're
to
a left-wing
radical group.
revolutionary group that literally want to overthrow the government.
Yeah,
I mean,
or
they-
want to destabilize the government, and
Yeah.
it's free borders for all, and the whole shebang. So they're doing. It's interesting. I kind of, as I'm about halfway through, I was like, this is kind of like a mob movie, where like both sides aren't good. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're not both sides, the military side and the radical side, are doing things that are not good. But
It's like it's
where
one of those
your morals fall.
It's one of the stories where you have like a bad guy and a badder guy.
Yes, and I'm
And-
not even saying like they're not killing people, right? The radical group is are not. They're just blowing stuff up. I did think that thing in the bank where I was like, hey, you better hope you get everybody out of that bank,
Yeah.
because if you don't, this is a whole different thing.
Yeah. That was Dog Day Afternoon.
It is Dog Day Afternoon. Yeah,
Well, that's good,
exactly.
too.
It's very good. I got vibes of
DiCaprio did Don't Look Up. That was Adam McKay.
Oh.
That
oh
was,
yeah, but that was awful.
It was easy to forget though.
Yes.
I get why you forgot about it.
Horrible.
But that was like 2 movies ago.
What's the Charles Grodin De Niro movie?
Midnight Run.
Midnight
I got
Run?
a lot of Midnight Run.
Really?
I got just on the road, like trying to get from point A to point B. You know, like just
I get that.
the drama mixed with the comedy, which this movie is very funny. Like it has some very good laughs. So they, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to break into this encampment, this where they have a bunch of, I'm just going to assume, Mexican folks, and they're going to get them all out and bring them across the border, and they're going to put them in this semi truck and get out. While they're doing that, Perfidia runs into Sean Penn, who is this guy named, is it Stone? Lockjaw.
Colonel Stephen
Which
Lockjaw.
is just the best name. Like it's such
like
a great
name right out of
name
Dr.
for-
Strangelove.
Yeah.
It's- yeah, it's
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a very comic book name.
Yes.
Which explains why you like it.
It is. I also don't like Sean Penn. I've never been a fan. I've never
Yeah.
liked him. I think he's highly overrated. I'm glad what happens to him in this movie.
I have never seen him look as craggy as
He looked
looks in this
old.
movie.
Yeah.
And he looked.
It's like, how do we get from Jeff Spicoli to here?
That's a great question.
I wonder if it was really, is he really that craggy, or is there craggy makeup involved?
Oh, I mean, he was on. Not Kimmel. Who's the other? Fallon.
Yeah.
He was on Fallon, and I feel like he looked like an old Spicoli,
Yeah.
but like he looks like he like got hot, HGH'd himself to pieces. There's one of the best lines of the movie is when he's got the daughter, and she's like, "Why is your shirt
so tight? I'm not gay."
She's like, "I didn't say that."
But he
Which I
didn't
thought
look.
was great.
He did not look this way last year in Daddy-O,
Oh
which is
God.
the movie he did with Dakota Johnson that I liked a lot.
Oh
I
really?
didn't see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's wildly problematic.
Yeah, he's definitely had a. He's got a past.
Beat the bejesus out of Madonna.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's thinking about that in 2025.
It is kind of like, how does he still get to work?
That's
Like,
what I thought.
There's like this moment where it's like it only counts if it happened after this. It's like it's already baked into their history, and people just go, well.
But it's like, I mean, I guess it did happen. I mean, Chris Brown still has a career, and he beat
I don't know how that guy
I'm
danced.
telling you, man.
He's never been a better dancer than In Between Those Raindrops. Because I don't know how that guy.
How you still have a career after
Yeah.
what you did, but that's what I'm saying is like in 2025. I mean, it would be like Travis Kelce beating up, Taylor Swift, and
don't put that into the algorithm.
no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, judging by that guy, I don't think that's the.
No, I would be stunned.
Yeah. The two of those guys are just like two dopes in the best possible way.
Yeah.
They're very funny. So she runs into Sean Penn, and then she kind of has there's this power dynamic where rather than just putting him under lock and key, she makes him get a hard on, and then he's into it. Like he's absolutely into it the entire time.
He is there for it.
He is there for it. And she's just messing with him, and then
It becomes this like little sexual game that they're playing.
and they're playing it for a while.
yeah.
And I don't think we realized how long it was going.
Yeah.
Until another reveal. So they get away with it. DiCaprio is the explosion expert that sets off like diversions. They get the Mexicans out, and then we find out that Perfidia and Bob are a couple. And this is their life. Their life is just going from one thing to the next. I feel like Perfidia kind of gets off on the danger of everything that they're doing.
Oh yeah.
And exerting power.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because she doesn't exert power with DiCaprio, right? Like, I feel like that's a pretty symbiotic relationship between the two.
Yeah.
Until things go bad.
Right.
And then it changes.
DiCaprio's character, who will end up being called Bob.
Yeah.
But he's very pliable, which I
Yes.
think is what she likes in him.
Yeah.
And so he'll just kind of go along with whatever. And so I mean I think that is what's driving that relationship.
Agreed.
Is just how much of a doormat he can be.
And then we get the relationship between Perfidia and Lockjaw,
Right.
where it's like, I think she knows,
They're a lot more alike than either
Yes.
of them would care to admit.
and he being Sean Penn is willing to submit to her.
Yeah.
You know, like she has that power over him where she's got what he wants and he's willing to be submissive to her to get it. And she enjoys that.
Yeah.
Well, he has the hots for any woman who has 2, not full, but 2 extra long eyelashes. Did you notice that?
No,
I
I
did
didn't
not.
notice
On
that.
each eye, there was one eyelash made to be sticking way up and
Interesting.
out, not the whole thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I did not notice that.
There is a wild scene where I thought she shoved a gun in his butt. Like that's what I thought she's
Well,
got
she
him
put
up against
something in his butt.
It
but
does.
We don't know.
I don't know what it was.
It's between those two
and the walls.
and their god.
That's right. That's right. Throughout all of this, Perfidia ends up getting pregnant. I should say, is it Regina
Hall.
who is also such a? It's fun to look at her career.
Yeah.
To go from like scary movie,
Yeah.
like where we first see her to where she is now, which I think is fantastic. I think she's a wonderful actress.
Yeah.
She kind of plays the voice of reason a little bit. Like she's kind of she's not as wild as Perfidia, but she is into this world in a much more even keel.
It's Deandra.
Yes, Deandra, as a even keel person where she knows like if this goes bad, we have things we have to do. We got to get out of here. So Perfidia gets pregnant, and there's a moment where she's firing this AK-47, and she's got, I think it's in the trailer, which also the trailer for this movie does not give any idea. It feels like it's a whack job comedy, like kind of like Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
And then you watch, you're like, kinda, but not at
Yeah.
all. You
I
know?
don't know how you could really fully convey what this movie is in the trailer.
No, I think they stuck it with what they thought would be the best
Yeah.
selling point
Well,
for them.
It opened strong.
Good.
I think it's on pace to do like 20-25 million domestic this week.
Okay.
Weekend.
And it's not, I mean, it's not like it's going up against anything, is
Yeah.
it? No.
No. Strangers 2, I think, open this weekend.
Nobody can.
Yeah,
Um,
but it cost $130 million.
True.
That's the problem.
So there's
Yeah.
a long way to go.
They do.
Yeah,
They do. I think
it's-
they're really banking on Oscar buzz, giving it a second life.
I could see that happening.
I
for
absolutely
sure.
could.
Yeah. So there's a moment where DiCaprio's looking at Regina Hall.
Hall.
And he's just kind of like, because I think Perfidia's drunk. Like there's a scene where they're all sitting around a fire, and Perfidia and this other woman, they both have cups in their hand, and it could just be they're having a good time, but I took it as like maybe she's drinking with this baby.
Yeah.
And because he says, he's like, she doesn't even realize that she's pregnant.
She doesn't act like
doesn't
she's
even
pregnant.
register that she's
Yeah.
pregnant. And Regina Hall kind of has this look on her face where she's like, yeah, because she's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like she's a little wackadoo. So she has this baby, and DiCaprio immediately goes into dad mode, right? Like he's doting on the baby. He's holding the baby while she's crying. And
I mean, he's the primary caregiver of this baby.
yeah, and I
Clearly.
think that they allude to maybe some postpartum depression and the feeling of I'm not pretty any. This is Perfidia's perception.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I'm not pretty anymore. He's focused all.
She's
on the,
jealous of the baby. He loves the baby. He's got the baby now. He doesn't need me.
right, and I think that's I think all of us are fathers and have maybe dealt with that in some capacity. So she, rather than deal with how she's feeling, she doubles down on the "you're not going to control me, you stupid white man. I'm the best at this. I'm not staying for this. I'm not blah blah blah." And he tries for a minute where he's like, "This is our
Yeah.
responsibility now. This that I'm carrying. This is who we are responsible
He's ready
for."
to stop the revolution so they can raise their kid.
Yeah, and she is not. And maybe she is, but she's too scared to be a mom, and she's too scared to deal with these feelings. So she packs up and leaves. And DiCaprio is just kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess this is just me.
Yeah.
Been
Been there.
Sure. I have not, but I appreciate, so is the next scene him at the store, or is it? Oh, there's the scene at the bank where they have that before she is pregnant. They have this scene at the bank where they're going to blow up this bank. And as Perfidia is putting the bomb in the shaft, the stall that she's in this bathroom, the stall door rips open and it's
Lockjaw.
Lockjaw. And he was like, look, I want my gun back. I want my hat back. I don't care about what you guys are doing. I just want my stuff back, and I kind of want you. And she was like, all right. So she gives him a little nudge, I guess, is the only way. And that's how we see. So he knows what they're doing, but he's getting her at the same time, so he lets it go.
And then she gives birth.
She
has the baby.
Yeah.
And then they go and they rob this bank, or they're trying to rob this bank to fund
more.
They
more
rob
stuff.
banks to fund their activities.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it goes bad because Perfidia's kind of crazy. And rather than letting things go out how they want, she ends up shooting the bank guard. And this guy who was shot in the gut is like, he's moving. And she's like, stop moving. Please stop moving. And he doesn't. And then she shoots him. And we're off to the,
Yeah.
Now the feds are closing in on him. And they start to split.
Well, and it seems that this is the first time they've killed anybody.
Yeah, yes.
Like, they've gone out of their way to, like, the bombs go off at night when buildings are empty. Like, they're really...
They blew up that, like, cell tower at night when there was nobody there.
And this is the first time they've killed anybody. It also doesn't help that I think that, like, it shows, like, that she's not who you think she is, because the guard she kills is a black man.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, for all of her rage against the system, it ends up being a black guy that she kills.
Right.
And when they were trying to get the immigrants out of the cages, they didn't kill any of the guards. They just kind of
zip-tied them up.
Handcuffed them, zip-tied them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't. They may have, roughed them up a little bit, but they didn't kill anybody until now. And now all hell's breaking loose, right? The cops are on them. So you've got one car going one way. I think the gal from Licorice Pizza is in here.
Yeah.
For a cup of coffee.
The girl from Haim.
Alana Haim.
Haim, yeah. So there you've got two cars going two different ways, and Regina Hall is like, what the fuck? Sorry, Kevin. What are we like? We're screwed. Like, we're screwed. We're on camera because Jungle Pussy like takes her mask off at one point. She's like, I don't care if you see my face. She's on camera, and she's like, we're gonna get away with this. It's gonna be whatever. I don't care. And then they're not.
Yeah.
Like, then they're not getting away with it.
It was also, I thought it was a really good scene as Jungle Pussy is giving the speech, in the bank, standing on top of the bank counter, all braggadocio, and then the gun goes off,
and her face
immediately deflates. Like, whoa, like
this was not what we planned.
Playtime is over.
Yeah. So they go, everybody splits up. The feds and the cops end up catching Perfidia, and do they get any other ones? No, they only get her because we get the revelation that she's a rat.
Yeah.
And
she goes into the
it was a very hard scene to watch because they've got her in this wheelchair and she's surrounded by feds and cops, and they're laughing, and she's kind of like
taking selfies with her.
And it's like, I know selfies like that exist.
Yeah.
I've seen selfies like that, like I've, and it's just kind of like, God, that's so gross.
Yeah.
Like, it's so gross.
And it's like really spiking the football because they caught her.
Right.
And it's like, okay, but it clearly took you like 5 years to catch her.
Right.
And also it seems like most of the people there didn't play a role in catching her.
That's the way it always is.
Yeah.
That's the way it always is.
Just like, haha, my team won.
Correct.
Yeah. Like,
correct.
Yeah.
You're the third string quarterback. Have a seat.
Right. Yeah.
That's just very true. So the call goes out. I'm sorry. So she gets arrested. She goes into WITSEC, and they basically say, you got to name names. If you don't name names, like, you're done.
Yeah.
So you don't know what she's going to do, but then you see one of the guys who was working with the group walking around, but there's this white Charger that is constantly following him around. Finally, he's arrested, and he's taken to which I think is a very good scene, because the military guy is very calm and chill and not a dick, but they sit this guy down in a room that's covered in plastic, and the guy is like, he's kind of is it Buffalo Bill? Is that what I don't know what his call sign was. Whoever this guy was very flippant and kind of a smart aleck. And the guy's like, you're sitting in a container surrounded by plastic. It's pretty ballsy to be kind of flippant. And the guy's like, yeah, I realize that now. So, like, we realize that Perfidia has sold everybody out, and they got to go. So everybody takes off. They're all splitting up. They've given Bob. He's got this baby. They're putting him in. They're putting this baby in like a laundry basket. And Bob doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And this guy's like, you have to be here at this time. You're going to lay here for 3 months, and then you're going to go on to Denver, and you're just going to stay there. And he's like, you got to memorize this packet. And Bob's like, what? Wait, what? I don't know what's going on. Like, what's happening? And they rush everything. And I took it as like they got away. Like, the feds are still looking for him. The army's still looking for him. Yeah. But everybody kind of made it out for the most part.
And then the Somerville guy gives them
that's it,
like IDs.
Yeah,
like
Somerville's the guy they catch later.
Right.
Yeah.
Gives them new identities, and he gives them these little, like, I don't know what they almost look like, old school beepers.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they were.
Yeah. But it's like he says that he gives these to the people that he trusts, and that when they get close to each other, they sync up and play a tone, a musical
They will
tone.
play one song by themselves, but when they get close to the other ones, they'll all play the same song.
Right.
And so that's how you know you're near somebody you can trust.
Correct. And they turn green.
Yeah.
They light up green.
And so he gives Bob, I guess, 2 of them.
Correct.
And he's like, and if you come across anybody that's got another one, I gave it to them.
They're good to go.
They're good.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was wrong. So this is all after the shooting. They get everybody scatters.
Yeah.
15 years goes by. We see Leonardo DiCaprio is a mess of a human being.
Yeah.
Constantly smoking weed and drinking and just doing whatever he can to cloud his brain. This is when Somerville gets nabbed by the tracker.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. Oh, this is another good scene where DiCaprio's like, they're talking to his daughter's teacher, and she's just kind of like, look, she's brilliant. And he just starts crying, and he was like, what's the matter? And basically says that her mom died, and she's never known her mom. And she's like, well, that could be a lot. He's like, yeah, it can be a lot. Now that Somerville has been taken, they realize, oh, he's gonna give up.
Because they threatened his sister.
Yes,
like
he wasn't going to.
They're going to kill him, and he's like, whatever.
Right.
And they were like, okay, but let's talk about your sister. And
Yeah.
he's like, oh. Yeah.
Is this where we can meet the Satanists? Is this the next scene? Where basically Sean Penn has been called to this meeting of this super secret cabal.
The Christmas Adventurers Club.
A white supremacist.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
But they kept saying Hail Saint Nick.
Saint Nick.
And I was like, are they supposed to say Hail Satan? Like, is that like code word for not saying Hail? Or just
They really were heavily into the Christmas thing.
Yeah,
they
they
were.
just went to the Christmas motif, I think.
Correct. And he's called to
Because
this.
I think they would perceive themselves as God-fearing Christians.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. That's
Absolutely.
fair. Yeah. So Sean Penn gets called to this meeting, this very top secret meeting with Tony Goodwin and another guy. And basically like, we think you're a good fit for this club. He's like, have you ever done this? Have you ever done this?
Like, basically, you're being invited into the Illuminati.
Basically.
Yeah. And that they secretly control the world. It's the Bilderbergs or what, it's that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that secret
Yeah.
retreat place or whatever. I do like where he's like, do you owe any money or debt? Or he's like, well, I did have this jet ski this one time.
Yeah.
And he was like, and it was terrible, and I didn't pay him back. And so I guess that counts. And
Yeah.
the two guys are like, that's not that bad.
They're
That's fair.
Yeah. We like the cut of your jib.
Yeah,
But
right.
they have these questions they ask them, each one more racist than the
It
last.
gets worse and
essentially.
worse.
Yeah.
And then the last one is like, have you ever had an extramarital affair with someone of a different race?
Or have you just had
Intercourse with someone of a different race.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, no.
Well, no, first he says, what race are you thinking about?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And
then they're
the
like
guy's
the worst one.
and that man,
Yeah.
again, like that, the way Tony Goodwin delivers that line, Goldwyn, is haunting because it's so just kind of like, you know exactly which one I'm talking
They're
about.
like so casual
Yes.
about it.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
it's like they're not twirling their mustaches, which makes it even creepier.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's so creepy. And And Sean Penn's like, well, no.
Don't forget, they also sneak in some anti-Semitism.
Little
just
bit.
For old time's sake.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just so we cover the bases.
As
Yeah.
the white supremacists do.
Right. Yeah. You want to check all the boxes
Right.
while
White
you're there.
supremacists,
And
yeah.
he
If
also
it's worth. Look, if hatred is worth doing, it's worth doing right.
it's across the board.
And I do mean right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's right. Man, and they do use terms where it's like, God, and it's so flippant. It's just like they don't use a term, but they
Surprisingly.
it's correct.
But they use everything
But they use
but.
everything but.
Yeah.
And you think that Sean Penn is on this quest to catch these people, not for any other reason than these were domestic terrorists and this is his job. And we find out that he has employed this tracker to look for this girl and they don't tell you again. Like why you think it's like, okay, this is the link between
Yeah, like
him and
you think he's
Perfidia.
hunting down DiCaprio because
Yeah.
he wants to round up these people, and maybe he's got a vendetta against them because he didn't catch them originally. But you think that he's operating on behalf of the law, even
Correct.
if he is perhaps
because he says he's
overzealous.
like, find me a reason to get in. They know what town they're in, and he's like, it's a sanctuary town, so we're gonna be up against the wall here. This is gonna get bad. He's like, find me a reason to get into that town,
Yeah.
and round people up. So they just make up they made it up. Like that's basically it. They
Yeah.
tell local law enforcement that like, hey, we think we've got a heroin ring in your town. We want you to go secure the cleaners. We want you to go secure this place, like
the
an auto
chicken factory.
the chicken factory, which I think is like it's a
Supposed to be-
wild,
It's supposed to be Tyson.
absolutely supposed to be
Yeah.
Tyson, which I think is a wild callback when they reveal the downfall of this whole thing,
Yeah.
and to why it has fallen apart, and the high school, and we want to find this girl. So the military, and I mean they're driving. I did not see anything that said ICE. It all said police.
Yeah.
But the Tahoes they were driving are decaled like ICE vehicles.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, like I see what you're doing. And it's hard. Like you have to believe that this movie started production a year and a half ago.
For sure. Like, there's not like they made this movie in the last 4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is like, sometimes the Simpsons get it right, if you
Yeah.
will, where,
But there will be people who will think that this was inspired because of Trump.
I mean, I guess you could digitally change the decals.
No, this is something. It takes a long time to make a major motion.
Yeah.
I agree.
Especially when this complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it could take you 5 years just to write it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once you get around to it, there's no way it was made in the last 8 months.
No, I'm saying
It was made in 2023 and 24, I would bet.
I think you're
Agreed.
probably right. I'm saying that like they could, if he wanted to, digitally change the decals on those cars. If and that's something
okay.
you can do in a month, right? You don't see the cars very often.
I think what it comes down to is a lot of people saw exactly what was coming.
Correct.
And now that it's here, people are trying to pretend like it's not really happening.
Agreed.
But
It is happening.
it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Whether you want to admit it or not.
And this was not a secret.
No. It was
very well
platform.
known.
It was a platform.
Very well known what the goal was, and now here we are.
And I don't think Paul Thomas Anderson is the kind of guy who would do that, to go in there and
I
change
agree
it.
with you.
Because he knows it doesn't affect the story one iota.
No, I also don't think he's, and this isn't a dig. He's not Oliver Stone, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think any of his movies are very politically motivated. He doesn't have a political tint to his movies. Where if you see an Oliver Stone movie, you're like, well, I
Right.
put that together.
Yeah.
Let's see which side of the aisle you're
I
on.
also
But
don't think he's a big user of CGI.
I think that's probably
Yeah,
true.
that's fair.
Most of his movies are pretty grounded in
Yeah.
somewhat reality, unless you watch Inherent Vice. I don't think that's
But
grounded.
it's still not CGI.
Still not CGI. That's
It's
true.
a different kind of alt
grounded in
reality.
reality.
That's
Yeah.
BAD.
Yeah, that's very true. So they swarm this town, and the Regina Hall shows up at this homecoming dance, and is it Willow? Is that the daughter's name?
Willa.
Willa.
Yeah.
Willa's got this thing in her pocket, and it goes off, and she looks up, and you don't see it initially because I was thinking, oh, it's DiCaprio coming to get her.
Yeah.
Well, when Regina Hall walks through the door, I thought, oh, God, like this is bad, and they have an exchange, and
they have this like
code like Green Acres, something else, and
this
Green Acres, Hooterville, Pedaco Junction.
It irritated me because they say Beverly Hillbilly. They say Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, Hooterville Junction, and it should be Petticoat Junction.
Yes, you're right.
These are three. All these TV shows take place in the same universe.
oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so
I wonder if that's the code though.
I don't know, but like I was just like
That's fair.
Hooterville Junction. It was Petticoat Junction.
Was the name of the town in Green Acres and Pedaco Junction, was that Hooterville, where Sam Drucker had the store? And
So
all that stuff?
Hooterville is the town in Green Acres, and I think Petticoat Junction is a different town, but like close by. Like I think it's like one town
It's Green
over.
Acres adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Derry and
Yeah.
It's
whatever
one
the other-
stop further on the Cannonball.
Yeah. Yeah. But or is Petticoat Junction is the name of the town, and that's the town. But Hooterville is Green Acres,
Okay.
and that's a different town. But there are characters that go
Cross in
back
and
and
They
forth.
were so subtle in those days on
Yeah.
television.
I didn't really care.
they had a
for-
shared universe.
I didn't care for Beverly Hillbillies. I never really watched Petticoat Junction. It didn't really air much locally, but Green Acres was good. Green Acres was
I was too young.
Green Acres is this really like weird. It's got this weird like just non sequiturness about it.
Okay.
That
Was that Zsa Zsa Gabor?
yeah.
Okay.
And where it's like
Ava.
oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And they like what Edward Arnold
Eddie Albert.
there we go. Eddie Albert moves. He's a big time New York lawyer. He moves to the country to farm because it's his dream.
Right.
And then it's like this town he moves it to is crazy, and like there is no logic other than the internal logic of this town, which
Sure.
makes no sense. And so he's basically like it's like the only sane man motif of comedy.
Yeah.
And it's
And he's got
really-
like the city loving wife, right? Like that's the whole like the
Yes.
wife doesn't want to be in
the
the
wife
country.
doesn't want to
She's
be
the fish
there,
out of water.
but
Yeah.
she fits in way better than he ever does because the town's so weird and so is she.
Sure.
So they bond over weirdness, not over countryness, and it really is it's so much smarter than you would think given the
premise.
the premise and the other shows it ties into. It's very different than the other two, and it's really smart. I think I think it's a really good show.
And then down the road, you had Petticoat Junction with these three hot young women who live in a hotel, and there's an older woman who takes care of business for them.
Ugh.
And there's an old guy on the porch who's always rocking back and forth and probably wondering, hey, what can I get here?
Yeah.
And the only thing he can get is a pop at Sam Drucker's store.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
And literally, the train was called the Cannonball because they couldn't call it the Phallus.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought that was a Cannonball Run joke.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
no.
But I always thought like Newhart is
Yeah.
Green Acres, right?
Oh,
like
sure.
the one where he's in Vermont,
Yeah.
right? Like he's normal. Everyone around him is crazy. He's trying to figure it out. Like I've always said that people rave about Schitt's Creek, and I was like, it's an LGBTQ
Version
of Green Acres.
Who's
It's-
the straight man in that? I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think
Is it
Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy's the straight man? It's not his son?
it's him and the son are both pretty, like,
I'm pretty sure the son's gay.
yeah.
God damn it! That's what
But like they're both just like, this town is so weird. What is happening?
Okay,
But
okay.
I think the twist there is they have their own weirdness.
Yeah.
And they're both kind of pulling each other to the center. Right?
Okay, okay.
But it's Schitt's Creek, and it's a great show.
It is a great show.
It's very Green Acres.
Okay.
It's very Green Acres.
Okay.
And meanwhile, DiCaprio's character is so stoned, he doesn't remember any of
Which
what
I
we
think
just
is
said.
one of the best running gags of the movie, where he is just like, God damn, like I do like where he's so finally he realizes what's going on. He gets out, like the feds crash his house. He gets out of Dodge. He's trying to make phone calls. I do love that he's got like I don't even know what it's like a first gen cell phone,
Yeah, because they were like anything later,
like 1G.
it's 1G, so they don't scan those frequencies anymore.
Right. And
Yeah.
so you're good to go. And he ends up running through this shop, steals some stuff to get himself out. And he goes to this payphone, makes a phone call.
Without putting a coin in.
Which I did
This
think was
annoyed me.
interesting. I was like, how did that work?
Yeah.
But all right. And as he's making the phone call, the guy, it's very like James Bond, where he's like, the color of the sky is green. And then he had, DiCaprio has to say something back. And he's like, and then we finally get to this part. I think it's kind of in the trailer where he's like, what time is it? And he was like, I don't know.
Doesn't know the next code.
Right. He's like, I have smoked it out of my brain.
And 16 years have passed.
Yeah.
Right.
And here it turns into now the left wing group is basically Verizon customer
Correct.
service.
Yeah, right. What's your passcode?
I don't know. Did I set up a passcode? Did you?
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And he's just losing his mind because he knows that his daughter has been taken. He doesn't know what the rendezvous point is.
Can I click the forgot password button and reset it?
Yeah.
No.
I remember I did that one time when I had Singular, and they were like, your passcode is, I had to change. I changed it.
Don't say it.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's so old that
Yeah.
like at the time they're like, who's your favorite actor? And I was like, oh no, who would it have been 10 years ago? I was like, I don't know. And to the gal's credit, she was like, he was in Fight Club. And I was like, Ed Norton? And she was like, all right, we're good to go. And I was like, oh, man. All right, cool.
And you're like, so tell me about yourself.
Yeah, right.
See, we have similar taste in movies.
You got the Fight Club reference,
Yeah.
did you? All right. It's not really him the whole time. There's two of them.
Hey, I hear spoil that one.
If you don't know the spoiler
I
for
know.
Fight Club, get off.
Yeah.
Go away. So he ends up going on the run, and I do like that. He runs to Benicio Del Toro, who shows up as Willa's sensei. Now, initially, you think he's just a dude, right? He's just the sensei. And then once you realize that everything's going down in this town, you're like, oh, he's not.
Yeah.
He's basically like the guy that runs this town.
Yeah.
And gets these refugees and immigrants out of the way of the.
It's like an
military.
underground railroad.
Right.
This
Exactly
is where they
what
pop
it is.
up, and then he helps them move on.
Correct. So he is a revolutionary as well. Like he's doing the same thing.
He's just so delightfully
He's
calm.
so-
Yes, I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Great.
He's the steadiest hand I've seen in this movie at all.
He's just like, going down. We'll see you on the other side.
All right. Well,
I'll be in room 24.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll see ya. When he gets arrested by the cops, they're like, "Did you see the lights?" He's like, "Oh, I saw 'em."
Yeah.
He's like, how you been drinking? I had a few.
Yeah.
How many's a few? I don't know.
A few little. I had a couple little
beers. What was that thing you threw out of your car? What? I don't know what. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Trash.
trash. What a great line. So they link up, and he is helping DiCaprio get out of town, and finally he gives him these skateboarding kids who I think are also great.
I said to my wife, and she's like, "God damn you! Now I can't unsee it." When they're running across the rooftops,
Yeah.
I was like, "They're the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles."
100%.
And she's
Exactly
like,
what they are.
"Oh my god,
Yeah.
they're so the turtles."
Right. So Benicio Del Toro helps DiCaprio. He's like, follow them. They're going to get you to a car. And then, he ends up talking he calls this number back, and the guy's like, I can't help you unless you give me he's like, I'm calling in the Gray Hawk Eagle. And the guy's like, seriously? And he's like, yes, let me talk to your boss. So he ends up talking to this guy's, the manager, basically.
Yeah, Verizon customer service.
Yeah, correct.
I want to talk to your manager.
Let me talk to the next guy.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that we had seen earlier in the movie that was part of DiCaprio's original gang or original group. And he asks him a very specific question and about not any code words, but just about this guy in general. And DiCaprio's like, oh yeah, it's this. And he was like, oh, so good to hear from you.
Yeah.
And then in the most manager thing I think I've ever seen in a movie, he was like, you're going to tell him what the rendezvous point is, and you're going to apologize to him.
And mean
Yeah.
it.
And mean it. And he ends up, the other guy gets put back on the phone. He was like, oh, sir, I am so sorry. And he just keeps calling him a prick. Like that's the DiCaprio keeps calling. It's a very funny. Again, this movie is very funny. Like
there are some laugh out loud moments. In this
yes,
movie.
and this is one of them where he's he has this customer service issue with this revolutionary group, and he can't get through to save his life, So he finally gets with the rendezvous, and he's going and he's following the Ninja Turtles across the top of the roofs. And he's an older guy, and he can't do the things that these guys are doing. So he jumps off the roof, and he misses, and he falls down into this tree.
This was so funny.
It's so
when
funny.
He misses and falls.
And he just pops back up, and he starts to run. And as soon as he gets out on the street, he gets tased immediately, and gets arrested and ends up going to jail. Is not very cooperative. But then we realize maybe he's got some friends on the inside that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
So the gal who's doing the prisoner intake is like, "You have diabetes, right?" And he was like, he's just been tased.
And she calls him Bob.
Correct.
Like they don't know he won't give them his real name.
Calls him Peter Parker.
And she's just like, "Okay, Bob, let's like."
And that's when he clicks.
And he's just like, "Oh."
And
like,
when she asks him that question, she's nodding her head yes.
Correct.
And then when the answer is going to be no, she's shaking her head no.
Yeah.
Right. So they're like, take him up to the ER and get him checked out. So while they're up in the ER, the nurse is like, "All right, we're gonna check your blood sugar. We're gonna do this." And she uncuffs him, and she's like, "Go through that door, go through this door, go down to the hallway, and get out." And he was like, "Okay," and takes off, and he goes. So while all of this is going on, Willa and Regina Hall are in this van, and we kind of find out that Willa might have a cell phone that she didn't tell anybody about
because she's a teenage
because
girl.
she's a teenage girl. So when the military ends up going to the high school, they round up Willa's friends, the four of them, and they start asking questions. And in typical teenage fashion, they're like, "Oh, I'm not telling you anything. And finally, the one kid is like, "All right, this is turning bad.
Yeah.
This isn't I'm not talking to cops. Like there's a military guy sitting in front of me." And he tells her, and Willa's phone goes off with a text, and Regina Hall's like, "God damn it."
The look that Regina Hall had, she deserves an Oscar.
1,000,000%
just for that look.
Because we all know.
Oh, yeah.
We all know.
This is like, oh, this kid.
You stupid idiot.
This stupid kid.
She's like, "I asked you if you had a cell phone." And Willa doesn't know why she's asked. I feel like she probably has an idea.
I mean, her dad's been feeding her this paranoid stuff for years,
right?
But nothing's ever happened,
right?
So to her, like, this is just her dad's a weird anti-government guy,
right? And now we find out
he was right.
Right. He is a weird anti-government guy, but he was also right.
And it probably also didn't help that, like, clearly DiCaprio has been letting his guard down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
and he says that it's been 16 years.
Yeah. He's not living that life in the same way.
Right.
And so I think he didn't think this was going to happen anymore. He thought they were in the clear. He was still living under the radar, staying in the sanctuary city where he felt safe. But I think he felt like they had come out the other side and that nothing was going to happen.
Right. And there's also a very funny scene where this car pulls up to their house and he like loses his mind, but it's just Willa's friends.
Right.
And he has like this hilarious interaction with who I don't think is the boyfriend, but just like a friend.
Yeah.
And he like wraps his arm around his head and he was like, "I'm telling you right now, if anything happens to her,"
yeah,
like, it's not subtle at all.
Yeah.
So
and then he starts asking about the kids' pronouns, and it's so funny because he's legitimately trying to be polite.
Yes.
He's like, you could tell he's like, I don't
want to screw this up.
I don't fully get it, but like this is how people are now, and
right.
I will support it, but help me out.
Just give me some advice here.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Yep.
So Regina Hall takes the phone and like chucks it out, but it's too late at that point. Now DiCaprio is he on the way? Oh, he gets out. He does steal that car and he's going. Oh no, he gets out and there's Benicio Del Toro sitting there waiting for him.
Just waiting for him, yeah.
Yeah, and he hops in the car and and then they're going. So now you've got these two stories that are on a convergence point.
Yeah.
So Regina Hall and Willa get to this. It's not a monastery. Just a place where they've got it's just nuns.
Yeah.
But
are they?
I don't think that they are nuns.
Yeah.
And we find out that nobody really trusts Willa's mom anymore.
Yeah.
Like we find out that
They
Willa's,
know she ratted them out.
She ratted them out.
Like,
She's a rat.
Like, and DiCaprio, while hasn't been given details, has been saying her mother was a hero.
Right.
And she starts meeting people who are like, no, your mom was a piece of
Yeah.
They use the word rat over and over again.
Even Regina Hall is like, hey, man, like, it is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
your dad tried to protect you from all of this.
Yeah.
And you're old enough to learn the truth. Like,
Yeah.
your mom, So now the military knows where the phone was destroyed. So they're already halfway there. They run into this store, and the guy is like, yeah, like there was a van that came through here. They went up that way to whatever it was called. And now we're kind of in trouble. Like, because we find out that there's a rumor through the grapevine with the Christmas cult,
Adventurers Club
that maybe Lockjaw has a daughter
of mixed race.
Correct. And that is a no-no in this club.
And I think this is the point where it's revealed that, like, and Lockjaw is on a mission in this town. He's basically created a riot in this town.
He has destabilized this entire town just to get to this girl.
As he's hunting for this girl so he can find out if it is her daughter and then take her out.
Correct.
If it is.
And we find out that they figured this out, that he did this when there's like an owner in the chicken joint.
The chicken licking.
That is part of this group.
Yeah.
And again, very much Tyson.
Definitely not Tyson
Definitely
food.
not Tyson Foods.
It is 100% not Tyson food.
Right.
And you would be a fool and a communist to say otherwise.
Correct. Yes. And that's how they find out that he's like, if this hadn't if this would have slipped right under the radar and we never would have found out if he hadn't done this.
So they send the other guy.
So they send this guy who was in, I don't know if you saw, did you watch the Jack Ryan show?
I did not.
He's in that.
Gotcha.
It's basically
I've
the
seen
same
him in a
guy.
million things.
Yes, you
but
have seen this guy in all kinds of stuff. And they're basically
pretty much always playing a dick.
Always playing a dick. Sometimes a cop, sometimes a military guy.
But always a dick.
Always a dick.
But looks very much like Tony Goldwyn.
I could see that.
For a moment, I was confused. I thought,
Yeah.
I thought they switched characters.
And then they say, make this look so clean we can eat off the floor.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's done. And the dude's like, okay, I gotcha. No worries. So the military converge on this compound. And there's nothing anybody can do. Like, they're outgunned, they're outmanned. They end up arresting Regina Hall. They take Willa into this church, basically. And Sean Penn sits down and he takes a swab of her DNA, swab of his, put it into this machine, and he says, if these lines are straight, you're in trouble. If they're not straight, I'll let you go. No big deal. Well,
whoops,
they are straight.
Yes.
And I do like the line where he goes, the way he says, like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
When he gets the results, it's like, God dang it. And you got to think, like, this is just like, not only does she find out that her mom is not this revolutionary hero, she also finds out that her dad's not her dad. Not her biological father, I should say.
Right.
And this awful human being
is.
And we kind of get the vibe that he killed her mom. Like, he says, like, I put her in the ground.
Yeah.
So, like, and that could just be him talking. I don't know. But it's definitely alluded to that her mom is dead. So
we see her escape to Mexico.
We do.
And she's really, I kept thinking
I think we're going to show back up.
She would pop back up at some point, but she does not. But we see her escape to Mexico, and that's the last you see of her character.
Correct. Yeah. So while Del Toro and DiCaprio are on their way to the thing, they're drinking beers, they're in this car ride, and it was so dumb. It was so dumb of DiCaprio, where he takes a drink of a beer, the can is up in the air, and they drive past a cop car. And Del Toro's like, put it down, put it down, put it down. He's like, oh, dang it. Like, they see us. So DiCaprio ends up, this is the scene where he jumps out of the car.
By the way, let me just ask you a question about this scene. because Del Toro's saying, I'm going to make a left turn here and you're going to jump
out.
In order to jump out, DiCaprio climbs up onto the window of the car.
Yes.
And he's leaning a lot of the way out.
Correct.
Does not make you less visible to the cops.
Yeah, I know. I thought the same thing. Like when he jumps out of the car, I guess they make it look like the cops are like coming around the corner and they just see like something go out of the car, but it's like it was the size of a human.
Yeah.
And
I'm no expert on this sort of stuff or a stunt man, but I would think that if you're going to do that, you want to just do the open the door really quickly and roll out.
Tuck and roll.
Tuck and roll.
I will say, though, when they cut back, after he jumps out of the car, when they cut back, the cops are still quite a ways behind them. So, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, they're going to see a body falling out of the car, right. But they looked like they were still like maybe half a mile back. Like they were a good chunk away back.
Okay. I take it back.
So I think they could see something came out of the car, but they couldn't tell what.
Still a pretty stupid way to jump out of a car.
Yes,
but I take that as he's stupid.
He's not the brightest
you know what I mean?
bulb in the revolution.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
So we find out that Lockjaw.
By the way, just one more thing about that. Benicio Del Toro says, "Okay, you're going to go on the count of 4," and I thought to myself, 4? Nobody ever makes it 4.
But then he does 4 like 5 times.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We find out that the person that kidnapped the radio guy in the beginning is he's Native American, I think, and he's like the greatest tracker.
Yeah,
Avanti.
Is that what his name is?
Yeah.
And he's he can track. I do like where he's like Tony Goldwyn is like he could tell how much change you have by the shoe print in your.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't trust him. He's not native born, and I was like, but he is native born,
right?
Dummy, like he was here first.
Yeah.
So we see him later, and basically when we find out that Willa is Lockjaw's daughter, he's like, take her. And he was like, no way, dude. Like, I don't kill.
He's like, this is a bridge too far.
He's like, no,
like,
I don't kill kids.
I'm not doing kids. Yeah.
And finally he says, he's like, you know, the rebels of the 1776? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I'll pay you a day's rate to get her there. And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
And takes her there. And he has a moment of conscience as well.
He realizes that if he's taking her there, once he gets her there, he realizes, well, I'm still killing her.
Right.
Like that's the end
He's
result.
like, just because I'm not doing it doesn't mean.
Yeah.
Right. So he drops her off, and these guys, you know, they're all wearing flak jackets and whatever, and they look like white supremacists. I do have a fun. I don't know if I told the story on this podcast. I was helping my mom do something one day, and I came into her house, and she was wearing this shirt, and on the back of the shirt it said, "The Constitution doesn't need to be rewritten; it needs to be reread." And I go, where did you get that shirt? And she was like, oh, I bought it. Isn't it great? And I was like, did you read that shirt? And she's like, yeah, we do need to reread the Constitution. I go, Mom, that's a MAGA shirt. And she goes, no, it's not.
I mean, but they do need to reread the Constitution.
I mean, after this past couple weeks.
It's so funny that they think that, like, they love the Constitution.
And it was, I think it said, like, 1776 on, like, you know, like the little thing. And I was like, Mom, it is 100% a MAGA shirt. And she was like, no, it's not. And I go, look it up. And she Googled it, and she was like, oh, my God. I go, where did you wear that? And she goes, to the 4th of July. And I go, and nobody, you know, we're a liberal family.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody said anything to you? And they were like, no, they thought the shirt was great. And I was like, well, that's a red flag. If nobody was like, yeah, you're right, blah, blah.
It's a red hat. That's right. Stop saying red flags. Red hats you got to worry about.
So I told my sister that, and she was just, my mom, mortified that she had worn this shirt out. So my sister and I both changed her contact name in our phones to MAGA Mom. And she was like, do not. And I was like, I'm just saying, you wore the shirt.
When I went to the Liberty Bell, I bought a hat, and it says "We the People," and I can't bring myself to wear it anymore because I know how coded that sounds.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, no,
can't do it. But yeah, she was just so clueless, and not in a bad way. Just like didn't even think about it, and I was like, that's hilarious.
Yeah. It's also sad that, like, being in favor of the Constitution has a political slant,
Correct.
especially when they're not at all.
Well, I think
Yeah.
at one point I was like, if you don't rewrite the Constitution, Mom, you don't get to vote.
Yeah.
And she was like, damn it. I didn't even think about that. I was like, all right. So he drops this girl off, and he has this moment of conscience where he's like, I can't do this. So he grabs a shotgun and he walks in and he just starts shooting people, and he dies in the process. I think realizing that maybe he isn't the best guy and atoning for his sins. And Willa being wildly, resourceful.
Yeah.
She grabs his keys, she grabs his gun, and she gets in the car and she takes off. And she realizes, so now she's driving one way, Sean Penn is driving the other way, and all of a sudden we see this blue blue Mustang show up behind him, pulls up alongside of him, tells him to roll the window down. It's this guy from the meeting, and he puts a shotgun in Sean Young. It's a very different movie of Sean Penn's face, and just shoots him in the face.
Yeah.
And this Tahoe flips over and it's burning, and the guy kind of takes off. Now is she headed? Oh, she is headed towards the wreck, right? Or is she going the opposite way?
She's going the opposite way at this point because
DiCaprio sees
because at this point she's taken the other car.
Correct.
That the tracker guy had, and so but DiCaprio doesn't know that. So
right.
DiCaprio
he thinks he's in the SUV.
He comes across the SUV that had careened off the road after he got shot in the face, and he's freaking out because he assumes Willa is still in that car.
Correct.
And so he runs down there and sees Sean
Penn's
Penn,
body.
Car's flipped upside down. He's been shot in the face. He's hanging upside down in the car.
Right.
But there's no Willa.
Right.
So then he runs back up and starts heading back the other direction.
The opposite way.
Yeah.
At this time, the guy in the Mustang is also chasing after Willa.
Right.
This scene is a brilliant.
It is great.
Brilliant scene where the camera is almost, I have to believe it's just on a car.
It's like POV of the
from
car.
the bumper.
Yeah, and the roads they're on are very straight but very hilly.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And so it keeps going up and down these hills.
I got to tell
Feel
you,
it?
I get motion sickness. I can't do roller coasters.
It's like the Chevy show at Six
Yeah,
Flags.
right.
And this is up and down and up
Yeah.
and down. And worst of all, it seems like they concentrated on that moment where you're going up the hill and you know there's going to be a down, but you don't know when it's going to come.
Sure.
And then there's that little moment where you lift up and then
Yeah.
you go down. I actually at one point had to close my eyes
Yeah.
during these scenes because
totally
was
get it.
So, it was nauseating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, because Willa is so resourceful. And
Now,
she's-
let me ask you this question. Do you think that the location scout found a long highway or road that was like that? Or do you think he found like 3 or 4 hills and they went back
Just
and
shot him over and over
Yeah,
again.
I mean, like the characters in Big Bang Theory going up the same staircase 8 times.
Yeah,
The
to their
opening
apartment.
credits of Taxi, where it's just the same 15-second shot of that cab crossing the bridge.
I looking at that
Wow.
location shot, it looks like it could just be the road.
yeah.
But
I mean, it's
why would you make a road like that? You have the excavators, flatten that sucker out.
That's a great point. That's a very good point.
Unless you're thinking we're going to make the biggest speed bumps in
I
the
gotta tell
world.
you,
No one's
this-
going more than 18 miles an hour
Yeah.
over this.
Paul Thomas Anderson's going to use this one day in a movie. We can't wait. So Willa, being wildly resourceful, realizes that this Mustang is after her.
And it's going to catch up because
gonna-
it's a faster car.
It probably is a fast. Yeah, because that's the 67, so that is way faster.
Yeah.
And she's so smart that she realizes, okay, if I can get up, she's coming up. Oh, he's
just
coming up
past the crest of a hill.
Yes.
where he can't see the car.
Right. And so she slams on the brake, she stops the car, and she gets out of it. And then he comes up over that hill going 100 miles an
And there's
hour.
nothing he can do.
And he just plows right in the back of that car.
Yeah, and he gets out, and she's got the tracker's gun, and she runs across the street, and she kind of like makes herself kind of invisible. And when this guy gets out of the car, she rattles off the code, and he was like, "Huh? What? I don't know." And
Green Acres.
without
Yeah.
even thinking, she fires a
Just
shot,
shoots him.
and then he starts to get up, and she says the thing again, and he's like, and he goes to pull, and she murders him. Doesn't murder him.
Yeah,
Kills him.
self-defense.
She kills this guy.
Yeah.
So after that, she stays put. She doesn't move. this is a very tense scene too, where DiCaprio comes up on the crash, and the way it's shot, you've got Willa's point of view.
DiCaprio's character is really kind of fascinating because he's the protagonist of the film, and ultimately he has zero impact on
None.
anything that happens in the movie.
None.
And it's kind of similar to Indiana Jones.
And doesn't seem like he understands what's going on in
Yeah.
the movie.
That's an interesting comparison.
In Raiders of the Lost Ark, he never affects
No.
anything that happens in the movie.
He just prolongs it.
He's
Yeah.
just there. He runs on a parallel track.
Marion's the hero.
And he witnesses it, but he doesn't even stop them at the end, right? Like the Nazis open
they
the
open
thing,
it.
They open it, it melts their face, they look away, and then he scoops everything up and goes home. But he never acts for all
That's crazy.
for all of his action adventure, he never actually impacts
Correct.
the story.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right.
And DiCaprio's the same.
He actually puts the Nazis in. He gives the Nazis the code.
I mean, they find it
Because of him.
Yeah, like he only makes it worse. Yeah,
God damn you, Indy.
yeah,
As I'm looking at the Raiders poster.
yeah. Still a great movie.
Still
though.
a great. Oh God, so good.
Yeah,
So this is shot brilliantly because you don't know what's going to happen. Willa knows there's another car that has stopped.
yeah.
So the way this is shot is like Willa is prone on the ground, belly down on the ground with cover, and she's got this angle where somebody's going to have to walk past this rock
Right.
before she can even get a lock on them. DiCaprio doesn't know that Willa's there, so he's just kind of like walking, and I was like, she's going to shoot him.
Right.
That's where we're kind of here with, because he's got this sniper rifle, and I thought he's gonna lead with the rifle. She's gonna see the rifle, and then she's gonna fire as soon as she sees a body. Well, he comes around that corner, and she stops, and she rattles off the code, and his drug-addled brain is like, "Wait, no, it's me, it's Dad." Like,
Right, like, I shouldn't have to do this. I'm your dad.
I'm your dad.
Like,
and she sticks to the plan.
Yeah.
And finally he gets it, and they kind of I'm not even saying that the embrace is a loving embrace of a father and a daughter,
More
as
of
much of
relief.
it's like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
They get away, and then there's this insane scene where you see Sean Penn Michael Myersing it.
Yeah.
Like down the high, his face is he's covered in blood, and he does have this weird gait when he walks.
Yeah.
Almost like it's almost like he has Tourette's of some sort.
I
Like
thought it was more like he had a stick way up his butt.
that
Yeah.
could be.
Which it seems like he might be into, as we've seen in earlier
Maybe
scenes.
I just mean like with the facial tics,
Yeah.
where he was like doing certain tics with his face and
Yeah.
like tilting his head up.
Had a
and
great
his
haircut.
haircut was pretty good. It was very easily slicked back, like
Or combed forward.
or comb forward. But I did
With the comb in the mouth first.
That
Yeah.
was so gross. I did think, I was like, that's an SS haircut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he slicks it back, that's the traditional haircut
Yeah.
that you see Nazis have. And then we jump to this corporate looking building, and it's Tony Goldwyn and the other guy that introduced him. He's like, "What are we doing with you?"
Yeah.
And we finally see his face, and he's got his lip is gone, his eye is out, not out, but it's blind.
Yeah.
And he's
Like
all
milky white.
He's all messed up.
But it's clearly been a while because he's healed up.
He's healed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guys are like,
He gives him a speech about how he was reverse raped.
in the theater, there was a person behind me, and she goes, "You just mean raped?"
Yeah.
And I was like, well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
And he gives this story where basically he was drugged, and Perfidia wanted whatever he had,
She wanted to steal his sperm.
steal his sperm,
Because he was so powerful.
a semen demon,
A
which
semen-
I was,
Yeah.
Wow.
which was
Yeah.
so like, yeah, I thought that was hilarious
Yeah.
that he used that
Yes,
term.
they're all after your sperm.
Yeah, right.
Sir.
And given where men can be, especially these men, you think they buy it.
I didn't.
I did. I thought it was that he makes up this story, and
When they
these-
start walking
rather-
him down the hall, I was like, this is Joe Pesci and Goodfellas.
Oh,
100%.
fair,
Yeah.
100%.
fair.
These are the guys who are never going to be able to look past you had sex with a black woman
Yes.
and you have a daughter who's half black, half white.
Correct.
So that's it. No matter
Right.
what you say or what the circumstances were, that's the case, and therefore you must die.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. So they
Or at the very least, you're not good enough to join their club.
join their group.
Yeah.
So he,
They have to kill him because now he knows about their club.
correct.
Yes.
Like
Like,
you
that's-
can't stay now.
Yeah.
But when he tells his story and he kind of walks out, and the guy walks out and he's like, "Congratulations, like you're in." And he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I thought it was tough." When he gets up, I think you're right. I thought in that moment these men wouldn't believe this woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't believe this. They would believe him. They would believe the white man
Right.
over, whatever. When he starts walking down the hallway, though, you're like, nah. Well,
Yeah.
I take that back. When he closes the door,
Yeah.
I was like, you're dead.
Yeah, like when they were
That's-
in the initial scene, I'm like, these people will believe anything as
Yeah.
long as it confirms what they.
Correct.
But then when they started walking down and they closed the door, I was just like, no.
Yeah,
this
it's the
is-
door closing.
This is good,
Because it makes like a shunk,
Yeah.
like an airtight
Yep,
thing. And I was
a
like,
seal.
oh, buddy.
Yeah.
And he sits in his chair and we start to hear the gas being pumped into the vents. And he
Yeah.
looks up at it and just dies.
Yeah.
And then he is taken care of it's like a hunk of meat.
Yeah.
There's
They
a trash.
Throw them into an incinerator and
Call it a day.
call it a day.
So then we a little time has passed. Bob and Willa are okay. They're living their life. It looks like Bob has gotten a little bit sober.
Yeah, I think I'm not all, but I definitely
because
think
he's drinking and smoking, so it's not totally, but he's working on it.
he's more clear-eyed than he was previously.
Yes, and he gives Willa this note or this letter that her mom had written to her. We don't know when it's from. We have no clue when it's
Yeah.
from, but it's basically like, I should have been there. Like pouring her heart out to this girl. And then we hear the radio crackle, and we hear something about Oakland.
Yeah.
And Willa starts putting a jacket on, and he's just kind of like, Oakland's like 3 hours away. And she was like, all right, bye. And he goes, this is a great line where he goes, be safe. He knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And he says, be safe. And she goes, I won't. And like closes the door and gets in the car. And then she drives away. This is an absolutely incredible
Yeah.
movie. I think it should be seen in large format.
Yeah.
Just because the scenes are so big.
Yeah.
If you are not a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson, I don't know that you'll like this movie because it is very much him.
I think it's maybe his most accessible movie since Boogie Nights.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's very true.
Now, if you politics a certain way, you might feel called out, but if
You
can
will
get,
be.
if you can get past that, the movie works.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have another movie that I would recommend as kind of a companion piece to this, but it's much older.
Yeah.
It's from 1988. It was a Sidney Lumet movie
not
called
that much.
Running on Empty.
Running on Empty is
Yeah.
a fantastic movie.
Judd Hirsch.
Judd Hirsch and
Yeah.
Joe Beth Williams, I
Yeah.
think.
Is it River Phoenix?
Yeah, and River
it is
Phoenix
River
is their
Phoenix,
son. And it was the first time I ever saw Martha Plimpton in a movie.
Okay.
She was very cute. But they are parents who had been in the Weather Underground or a group like that
Yeah.
and had blown up buildings, government buildings, like what's happening at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
And there was a janitor who died. And so they've been wanted for murder for a long time, and they have been on the run for
Yeah.
a really long time. And it's how do you raise kids
Yeah.
when you're on the run like this? At any moment, you can't give your real name and your social security number
Right.
and that sort of stuff. It was really, really well done and really moving too. And I
Yeah.
thought Lumet did a great job. And Judd Hirsch, I think it was the best thing he ever did.
Really?
Yeah.
And he's done some
Okay.
good things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's saying a lot.
do love
Running on Empty.
I never realized that was a Lumet movie.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now I remember when it came out, I never got around to seeing it, but now that I know it's a Lumet
Find it
movie,
if you
I
can,
want to
yeah.
Joe
go.
Beth Williams.
Yeah. So yeah, no, this was
It's
top
incredible.
notch. Top notch.
Top notch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
I mean, this will probably be on a lot of top 10 lists of
Easily.
the year,
Yeah.
and I know we still have a few months, but probably topping a lot of top 10
yeah,
lists.
I think so.
This
It's fun to see DiCaprio not be a villain.
Yeah.
And I guess he wasn't a villain in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Well, I mean, some
but-
people would say he was, though, right? Like,
I guess that's true.
You relate to him because he's trying to get his daughter back.
Yeah.
Hence
but he
taken
did
for
blow
liberals,
up a bunch
but like he's done some bad things too.
Yeah.
So he's not squeaky clean either.
No.
And also, nice screen debut for Chase Infinity, who plays Willa.
She's incredible. Man, we've talked about who was Cinderella? Lily James? Is that right?
I forget.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Kevin's yelling at us in the thing.
He is.
Where
He will dub in his own voice.
I know with
be like,
Lily
"Guys."
James. I'm just gonna keep saying it, so he has to keep doing it.
Yeah.
When she is on screen, even still, you are zeroed in on her.
Yeah.
This gal has the exact. You are dialed in on her, and she is incredible.
And it has to go toe-to-toe with some of the best actors in the business.
Yep.
That's not an easy place to start.
No.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Sean Penn, but he can act.
Absolutely.
And DiCaprio's
Absolutely.
in the same way.
Now, here's another thing I was thinking about this. Is there a single scene in this where Leo and Sean are together?
No.
At any point?
I mean, when he looks in the car. Oh, no. It's right after the mom leaves and DiCaprio's in the store and Sean Penn gets in behind him and he was like, "Wait, got a baby?" And he was like,
that's right.
Oh,
that's
he was
right.
like,
that's
yes.
right. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's their only
That's
screen
it.
time together where they interact.
Great catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's,
I'd forgotten
it's
that.
De Niro and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Pacino
thinking.
and Heat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What do you mean we don't have these guys in a scene together? Oh, use this one from this old TV
Yeah,
movie.
recycle this one from a TV show. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, this is great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so that's it for this one. Let's go around the table and everyone can say where to find them.
This is Paul. You can find me on my website, harrisonline.com.
And this is Joe. You can follow me on the Twitter or all other social medias at Joey Butts, BUTTS21. Don't forget to check out, stay tuned for the Nostalgia Cast for the Wyatt, Earp, and Tombstone episode that should be coming soon.
And this is Tom. You can find me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. I also think we deserve credit. This movie was 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
And our episode was only an hour 20.
Correct.
Like, that says a lot about how efficient we were.
Yes.
So you better recognize.
Yeah, you better recognize.
Anyway, also don't forget you can check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers, $5 a month, all sorts of bonus content. And yeah, so that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. And until next time, Buckner's real first name is free.
Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already